Okay, so this is the catalog. We are working, so this is our class today. I'm using the Flowers of Friendship stamp set. Love this. And I'm also using with it, this comes with a punch, it's a punch bundle. And we'll try to do it a few different ways here. And I have found these dies are from the Color and Contour bundle, color and contour bundle, and these are called the scalloped contour dies, and you are going to use these on everything. I think for every project that I've done with every bundle that I've gotten into so far actually has some kind of layer that I made with this card. So we're gonna go through that, and I'll show you too. But just so you know, that's what it's called, and that's what I'm going to use. I have 4 cards that, and this is the host code. Let me see if I can put this up here to make it a little easier. So this is the host code. Now, you'll see the cards, we're gonna make them. If you purchase $35 between now and Friday, I will send you the make and takes. I will send you everything that I have here, like usual, of course, not stamped images. But in that case, you would get the scraps for it. So, so that's for that. But you need to use this special host code, because otherwise I don't know that you want the class, the kits, because I have my regular monthly host code out there, and I have a bingo host code out there that's good up until tomorrow, I believe, and that's a separate host code, and that's for a free in color stamping ink pad. So if that's what you want, then just look back on the Lollipop Papers page and use that code. So it's just important that you use this code if you want these make and takes sent to you. Also, this is for a $35 class, you get that. Any $50 order, and that's just the main launch ordering special, is you'll get a free brand new embellishment from the new catalog. Okay, so I'll keep that on. I mean, I'm gonna take that off in just a sec, but I just wanted to make sure that you understood how important that is. Before I start, let me just give you a little sneak peek of my online class, because we're in the middle of the registration for that, and get rid of that. And I wanted to show you these cute little guys. This is a new stamp set from the new catalog. It's called Party Puffins, and they are just the cutest little guys. So, so I just want to give you a quick peek into my online cards for this month. So this is, again, I'm using both of these layers from the scalloped, the contour dies. And I just fussy cut this guy out a little bit. But I love the little birthday cake stamps image, and the bold and beautiful sentiments here. I just love that. So, and these are, I think I used the brights. So the brights are what a full pack of brights DSP is what is included in your with your online class. Also, these matte black dots are included, and something else. Can't remember what else was included in that. But so that is that. Normally I have a bundle, so I have a stamp set, and you have the option of either just the kits with the stamp set, or the kits with the whole full bundle. So this is just a stamp set, so it's just so that I just have those two. And then this month, everybody gets some bonus PDFs, and that's where I just did these cute little guys for the bonus. So this one I used the new Fresh Freesia in color, and I just did a little bit of coloring with that. So, okay, let me put these away. Thank you for letting me show those. It was just, I'm in the middle of the registration period, so I just wanted to remind everyone. All right, so this stamp set is on page 78, this bundle, I should say, is on page 78 of the catalog. It happens to be $35 for the bundle, which is always 10% off when you buy the bundle, as opposed to buying them separately. Really, really pretty fonts, the mixed fonts, you know, I love those. And these flowers just layer up beautifully with each other. So we're gonna start with that. Okay, let's start with this one. I have to say, this is my favorite, but it's not gonna be on the blog until, because I think I'm gonna save this for my blog hop on Wednesday with my pals. So, but I wanted to do it here for you today. All of these things will be in the kit for you if you wanted the class. So let's just get started on this, and I'll show you how easy this was to come together also. All right, so it's just a lot of layering like we always start out with. This is the new soft succulent in color, which is my favorite. I'm like torn between these two, but I think I am usually a green girl, so I think I'm gonna stick with that. All right, so I'm just gonna layer these up first, and then we can do our designing on there. Okay. If you all have any questions about the any of the products, you just let me know. All right. This is just going on first, and then I can put this on. This is the largest label, the largest die layer from that contours set, and it just makes the card right there. Not much you need to add to that. Okay, so what I'm going to do before I put this on, I'll do my stamping so that I don't, just in case if I don't mess it up. Okay, so what I did here was I just wanted the image of the stems because I am, when I use the big flower, I would use the Stamparatus, just because it's so large. But for this one, I didn't want those underneath there. I just wanted the vellum. This is another beautiful extra thing that we have this year. It's called Shimmer, in color Shimmer Vellum. And you can kind of see how it shimmers. It really is pretty. So what I did here was I just took my Stampin' Right marker, which I have here, and I just put it on the stem part. So that's all I want to do, is I just want it to be, I don't want the flowers to be imprinted on there. And, okay, just a little bit extra. And give it a little huff. And we'll just center that a little bit off to the side. Okay, give it a good press. Okay, that's good. Now our leaves are going to be covering up that a little bit, so we don't have to worry about that. So now we can put these on, and then we'll build it up with the leaves. And that's the thing with this punch. It's a flower builder punch. So there are a few ways that you can go about doing that. I'll just put this on here. I'm going to put this on now because I don't want to squish my flower buds when I get that on there. So what I did here was, this is the flower builder punch. And if you want to do a bunch at one time, this is one way that you can do it. Personally, I think it is a lot of work, but so what I did here was I just took this and I put it in the punch, and I just made like a stencil for it. Okay, so that was that. So I just did that. Then, if you wanted to punch all out at the same time, what you could do is take the stamps and either place this on the Stamparatus and then just add these on. It was a little tough. I mean, it does fit on. You can see it fits on fine, but they're too close together. So I did end up cutting it a little bit here, but I don't think it's worth it, actually. I've gotten to the point where I just put in strips of the different image of whatever I want, like here. So for these leaves, I stamped the leaf, the larger leaf. This is soft succulent on ink onto the soft succulent cardstock, and then I'm going to just do a strip of it. So you just have to remember which way you're going, and in this case, I'm going to go this way. You wouldn't want to start here because then you're going to ruin your other images that you already stamped. So, okay, see that? So I have one. It's hard to see when you're putting it so far away. And when you're stamping, just remember to leave some space so that you have something to deal with here. And, okay, I think that's good enough. All right, so let's get rid of all these littles. Just keep the ones we want. I think I just need like 4. Okay. Alrighty. So what I did here, you can see that they're roughed up a little bit, just to make it a little bit more natural. So I'm just going to take it and fold it in the middle and just scrunch it a little. You're just kind of breaking down the fibers in the leaf. And I'll do that to all of them. It doesn't have to be perfect. And, oops. It just gives it a little extra reality to it. All right, I think I just need 4. I think for here I used one of the smaller ones, but this will be fine. All right, so let's just put those on. I'm just going to use a glue dot for each of them. Oops, my. Seems so dark out. I don't know if it's going to rain or not, but all right, so I'm just going to put this right over where the little the lines get a little blurry and wrinkly. Alrighty. Oops, that one didn't take. Okay. All right. And just 2 more. They're so tiny. All right, last one here. Okay, and we'll just put that right there. Oh, did I get the glue? No. Where are you? You're up here. Some of the cardstock I find picks up the glue much easier than the others. It's just, I guess, the texture. Okay, so for here now, we're going to take, I have them hidden here. So I just want to make a few of these bows, flower tops out of this vellum. So this is the Pale Papaya Shimmer Vellum. And let's see if I can get 6 out of here. Well, I just really need 4 of these. The punch works great. It's nice and it's a nice, easy clicking. You're not worrying about having to use 2 hands. It's very nice and airy. Okay, now let me I just need 2 out of the larger one. And you can see again, I just made the strips just to save time and save paper. Okay, that's all I need for those. And this is just going to be a little bit of ruffling them up a little bit. Yes, I don't know that you can share it because we're in a private group here, Mary Lee. Thank you though for trying. But you know what? I have different things planned for during the next 2 days. So there'll be plenty of options to win Prize Patrol besides sharing. But what you can do, I'm not sure if this would work, but you could always tag somebody in here and just see if that would work. And then maybe that person would get it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just taking my bone folder and I'm just curling up the leaves a little bit. And it does keep its shape. Just give it a little curl. So I have those 4 done and I'm curling them up. So because I want the shimmer part to show. Okay, see how easy that is? Okay, we're done with that. So now let's get these loaded on. Now first I'm just going to load one. This is a small one. I'm just going to put this right on top of the other one and just move it around a little bit to make sure the petals are even and that it makes a nice pretty bloom. Oops, that's a big one. There we go, here. And now we'll do the big ones. And this is going to go right here. Okay, done. Now let's get these babies on top. So my big one's going to go right in the center, but I'm having it tilt a little bit. It's tilting towards the sun. And the same with this one here. This is the one that I used the small leaf for, so that's why that's a little bit crowded there. Okay, there we go. Look how cute. All right, so what I'm going to do is stamp my sentiment, which is just the thank you for everything. And I probably would have done this first, just in case I mess it up. I always do my stamping first before getting everything together. But in this case, I just was excited to get those flowers done for you. All right, great. Okay, no worries there. So now let's just do a little bit of embellishing and look at these little duties. They are so cute. Oh, let's open it this way. These are called loose flower flourishes and they are just cute. They're prettier in person because they have like a curve to them. So that's why I put the pale papaya ones onto my project here. So let me, I know my glue dots, I just used them. Oh, there we go. And they're fine with a glue dot. It'll stick right on there. And then I just put that big one right in the middle. Whoopsie. Okay, and then let's see if I can find another little one. Oh, these little ones are super little. Now I don't know, the glue might, I mean the glue dot. Oh, I think what I did was I used those little tiny glue dots that you get with the paper pumpkins. It's not the mini ones, it's the really, really tiny ones. And, but this is fine. It's just barely covering it. Oh, I did not pick it up again. Come on. Okay, there you go. All right, now I still felt like there wasn't enough pop with the 2 colors right on top of each other. So I just wanted to add a little bit of pop of color right into the middle of that. So I just used one of the really little pearls, and this already has the adhesive on it, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, come on. And that fits right in there. And it just makes it pop, don't you think? Oh. All right, there we go. Oh, come on, you stay in the middle there. Be good. Okay. All right, that's it. Okay, there you go. We have our first card done. And I'm loving that one. Just loving it. All right, so let's move on. I have 3 more. I think they're a little easier, or it won't take as long. Not so much easier, but okay, let's do this one. And let me just clean off my station so you're not looking at a bunch of scrap paper. All right, let's get rid of that here. Okay. All right, so this one here, again, I'm using my those contour dies, the scalloped contour dies, and we're going to use, this is the new purple, but it's called Fresh Freesia. And I went ahead and stamped and punched out a bunch of those, so you didn't have to watch me do that. But, okay, Mary Lee, we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. All right, so here, because it's my, you know, it's a colored cardstock, I always start with layering a piece of basic white or very, very vanilla, one of those in there, so that you can write your greeting. Okay, this is just going to get centered on there. All right, and then here I have one of the, not the largest, but a pretty large one of the, from the scallop dies. I believe it was the second largest because it has the dots. There's one that's a little smaller and it has stitching lines instead of dots. Very clever. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add my sentiment first. Just want to make sure that I'm even here because this is going right onto the layer. If I was going to be cropping it out, I wouldn't worry so much about it. But let's see how that works. So you know what, I need to have some kind of pad. Even though it's the rubber, I don't trust myself. Okay. And make sure it's straight. All right, perfect. And while I have my ink out, there was this other stamp here that that has these gorgeous cute little flowers. And I'm just going to put a line of those down here. This is really simple but sweet, but a nice quick card to get together quickly when you need it. Okay, and I think I just put a little bit, I'll just give it a little dab of color. This is the Fresh Freesia Stampin' Blends, and I'm just going to dab a little bit. I like a little bit of the white showing through, so I'm not going to fuss over it too much. Just 4 little dabs of color. And I do like this, I'm not a purple girl, but I do like this. So, all right, now, let's see. We have, all I did was here was I just added this layer on top and then just added some flowers that I just stamped and punched out. And I think I did not use dimensionals or my adhesive sheet for that. Make sure this is straight because I want the flowers to pop up a little bit. Okay, so for the flowers, I'm just going to give it a quick and really quick, just do some of the blends on some of them. And let's see, this is the light. I usually start out with light do a little bit of, I think I'll do one small and one little of this color. So that's why I love the blends markers, the Stampin' Blends, because it is no work whatsoever, and you get the look like you really know what you're doing, which is what I want. All right, so I put a little bit of light, I put a little bit of dark, and then let me see if I can make this just a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to take the light again, and I'm just going to drag it out. I just want to drag out the dark that I had put in there, so you don't see really any blends, marks, any lines. All right, I think I'm just going to make one Calypso Coral, and again I'm starting with the light, and I need to order more. You can see, I guess I'm too hard on my tips because a bunch of them were all like floppy. And that's not good. Okay, so you see the difference here. It's the dark is much darker, so I don't want that to show, so I'm just going to drag it out so you can't see that as much. Okay, and then you can fill in the centers. All right, so let's just do that. I can add, let's do a little bit of the, this is the soft succulent, I believe, and usually when I have coloring to do, I just do a whole bunch of cutting and then just sit in front of the TV and color away. All right, I think that's good enough. I don't know how, I think I have more here, but just to give you an idea, okay? So we're just gonna put these on with, some of them are gonna just be on with glue dots, and some will be on with adhesive. Let's put this guy on first, and I have him over here. This Calypso Coral, I want to make sure that I pop that one up. So, and you'll be getting the scrap, so you can make as many as you want. And put that there. I didn't do any leaves this time, but you'll have enough scrap to put leaves on there if you want. Okay, now let's just get this baby up with some dimensionals. Oh, these are my little ones. So I need a helper here. Okay. And there we go. And there is the second card. Cute, huh? Cute, but simple and easy to put together. Okay, moving on. I can move these out of there. This next one is a little bit of a fancy fold, and it's really not much, but it is a, it's called an easel fold. And let me get my stuff out here for this. And for this one, I am going to use the Stamparatus because I'm using the large stamp. So this is what we have here. And this guy sits right up like that. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So it does lay down flat, lays down nice for the card. You probably will need a little bit of extra postage just because of that center flower in the middle there. But there's still plenty of room to write your sentiment, but it's pretty because it just stands up and it's beautiful for display. Okay, so let's start with this one, and this is just my regular 4 1/4 by 11 cardstock, and the only thing we have to remember here is scoring, which is not much, but so we're going to 11 1/2 by 4 11 by 4 1/4. We're going to score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, and that's it. Okay, and I will have the measurements for these on below in the description of the YouTube video. So okay, so we're going to fold both of these into the same direction. Okay, and then that's where our easel is going to come from. All right, so I have a piece of just regular basic white that I'm going to put right into the center. So we have a base for the greeting, and also for our little flower, which is going to be the anchor for the easel. All right, so I'm just going to put this right in here. Okay. This top part, now this was from the beautiful hand-penned DSP, and I do have a video on that later tomorrow or Friday. But this is beautiful, both sides, like just gorgeous designs. But I want to use the just the neutral striped, and this is mint macaron. It's close to the our new one, soft succulent. But also at some point I have a color comparison chart that I did that I'll upload in the files here for you. Because when I first saw the soft succulent, I thought, oh gee, that looks just like mint macaron. But it doesn't, and it's just your eyes kind of play a little bit on it. So it's just good to see what it really does coordinate with, and how different the colors are that you think they're not so different. All right, so I'm going to bring this out because I'm using the large flower stamp, and I wanted to, just in case, I want to make sure that I have a good solid image, and this just takes all the guesswork out where I don't have to worry about it. All right, so I'm just going to put this right smack in the middle, and let's pick that up. And I'm going to use my memento. And let's see, where are we? We need to go over this way more. Okay. When I'm using my Stamparatus, I always just put the stamp set, any stamp set, underneath it, just so that it has a better surface to land on. Okay. I think this should be okay. Okay, perfect. One time, one and done. That's the way I like it. All right, so let's get this over here, and we're just gonna do a little bit, and this is really just layering. This is not hard to do. That scoring was the biggest thing. That's what you just really need to do, that first, and that kind of makes the card what it is. Okay. And these flowers are beautiful, and you can stamp them, and then you could punch them out and then lay them up on top of that. I didn't do that for this one, but I probably will. Okay, and then I'm going to just bring this and just drag my darker color up. And like I said, I do like having some white space in there. Let's see. I'll just use the soft succulent because I don't know what I have. Oh, I do have mint macaron. Okay, so let's just do that for the leaves quickly. And the darkness here. And some people do it the opposite. Some people do it dark first, then light, and then dark again. So it's just whatever you're comfortable with. But that's how I like it. All right, so we're just gonna layer this up. And I'm gonna put this on the mint macaron. And I don't have a sentiment on this one because you can add whatever, you can make it whatever kind of card you want. Sometimes I leave it blank anyway, and depending upon what I need it for, because sometimes I love it, but you know, if I'm looking for a birthday card or a get well card, but I still love that design, why not use it? And it just takes a second to put a sentiment on there. All right, so now we're just going to take this back, come back to the card base, and we're going to, we want this to be so that it's centered here, but we're only going to put the adhesive on the bottom half of it so that it stands up like that. And if you wanted to make it lower so it doesn't stand up as much, that would still look cute. But so let's just take it and see where this lands us. I think it's not quite center, but it's on the lower side, which is fine, but it will sit up nicely. So for this card, what I did here was I made the anchor, the flowers. Now, I forgot to stamp some extra flowers, although I have that big one. So I'm just going to take it with some Calypso Coral cardstock, and I will just show you. I'm just going to prop out two of those, and that will work just fine. But you can stamp it, or you could even stamp right on here, and that would look just as pretty too. All right, so let me give it a little bend. And the way it's going to stand up and hold the card is with a dimensional. So that's what adds a little bit of bulk to it. Okay. And then let's just put that on there. Pretend that I stamped on this. And if it's still not as fluffy as you want, just turn it up like that. And then here, well, on this card too, I stamped the inside here. And you can make this as, you know, as far up as you want it to hold it, or as far down. So I think in this case, what I'll do is I'll just put it right here. And I'm just going to use a dimensional. And if you wanted to put a sentiment, instead of the flower, you could certainly just put a sentiment tag on there, and that would hold. And as long as you pop it up with a dimensional, that will hold it just fine too. So I think I'm going to make this, since I don't have a stamp image down there, I think I'm going to put it pretty low down. And there you go. You can see it's still going to lay flat. It's going to fit perfectly in the envelope. And I just put a little bit of the twine. Now our twine now comes differently. You can't get it separately, black or white or whatever. So now it comes in a pack of 5, which is a little more expensive that way, but you have a great choice of colors, and that's always a good thing. So, and it is, I think, a better quality. I'll show you after I make the bow. I just feel like it doesn't curl as much. It doesn't unwind as much. And that's what I like. See, you can kind of see that it's, so where am I going? It is thicker and it's more solid. So I kind of like that. And it has smoky slate, crumb cake, very vanilla, black, and the white. So you do have plenty to choose from for each of your projects. Okay, give this guy a little trim here and here. Okay, and I did have, I had something on there. Oh, I had one of the elegant faceted gems. And I'm just going to put that right into the center of this guy here, just to give him a little bit of interest. And this is petal pink, but I think that will look nice there. There you go. And this stays up nicely. You can add more flowers, add your sentiment, whatever. Okay. So that's our third card. Moving along. Okay. I knew this was going to take longer than our usual half-hour live, but I just want to make sure you saw all of these, and just to give you some ideas. Even if you don't get the class, you'll be able to be inspired for when you're ready to make your purchase. Okay, so this one is really quick and simple. It is just tone on tone. I used the So Saffron cardstock and ink. And this one, I have to make sure I clean my stamp. What did I do with that stamp? Oh, it's on my stamp list. Because it does, I will need to use a lighter color, so I don't want black in there. Just let me get that off there. Come on. And give that a little bit to dry. All right, so we're going to do this right on. I'm going to use a block though. I'm not going to use the Stamparatus because I want to be able to just center it right on there. And I think I can use this big guy. Okay, so before we could, let's give that a little chance to dry. Again, I'm using another one of these layers dies from the scalloped contours, and I love this one because you can like pop this up, put this down, and then so the sides pop out. I just think it gives such a nice interest to the cut. Okay, so for this one I'm going to use, this doesn't have the mixed fonts, but it has the just a nice printed message for a friend. And it just says, life is better with friends like you. And I'm just going to stamp this right on here. I'm going to stamp it up a little bit towards the top. Okay. And for this, while I'm here, let me take that other stamp, and I can give it a little, we can stamp this flower, just this little cutout here, we'll stamp that, and then I'll cut it out. Oop, I went too far over. Got carried away there. Let me just not taking any chances with the punch, because that's not really thin enough to just run it right through. So let's just see. I can get, I'll get this one. Oh, that's the small one. No, that's not going to work. Here we go. But you know, sometimes you have to cut the corners so that it can get the rounded edges in there. All right. I'm not used to. It's hard to see from an angle like that. All right, and then I'll get this guy here. But again, I don't have the right angle. Okay. And as long as you have a little piece to, sometimes I would just put a piece of a Post-it note on there just to help me run it around like this. Okay. Alrighty. So I have these two. Good enough. Oops. Where did they go? These two. Good enough. And I'm going to do the same thing. Just curl them up a little. And, whoopsie. And then these little strips of DSP are from the Pansy Suite, which I have not gotten into yet. I wanted to, but I just was concentrating on getting the others on there. So, but this is another set of absolutely gorgeous paper that, of course, both side, double-sided and 12 by 12, and it's really, really pretty. So, all right, let's get this on here. I have this goes onto the inside. And come on. All right, there we go. And let's see. Okay, so now I think we can safely say that this is dry. And I'm going to stamp it. Now, since this stamp is so large, I'm going to use it on top, use the ink on top, just to be sure that I got it all. All right, so I'm just going to stamp this right to the side here. Give it a good press. And that's fine. Okay, so I think we're done with this ink. So now we have this. Let's just put a few pieces of the DSP, and we can just run this right down underneath it. And I got a little smudge here from the water. I hope that will dry. Okay. And this one is shorter. I don't want to use that one. Too long. Okay. And I love when there's a print like this on there, because then I know exactly if I'm straight or not. All right, so I'm going to put this on right on top. And like I said before, I'm going to put the adhesive right down. But I want that to pop up a little for interest, and it will. Okay. Love that. All right, and then let's just get this guy on, and we'll be done. And this can go right here. You can even tuck it under here if you want to keep that up. And then I think I used the Elegant Gems again for here. And I probably just used one of the whiter ones instead of the clear ones. So let's try that. I'll put a big one right in the center and two little ones. This was from the other catalog, and but it's carrying over. So these are going to be all good, a good embellishment to hold on to. Oh look, I can just cover that right up there. Ta-da! Love when that happens. Okay, so there we go. We have all this stuff out of the way here, so you can see our beautiful cards that we made. We made the easel card. We made the pretty fresh freesia card. And we made my favorite. This is going to be my blog hop card, so keep it a secret until I can get it posted out there. So those are our 4 cards, and that's all what you would get with your make and takes when if you wanted to place the order. Oh, come on, there we go. All right, so that's that. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a little bit of inspiration and some ideas for when you have the set in front of you and you want to work with it. So I appreciate you spending some time with me here now. Feel free to come and go all weekend long because I'll be posting new things up until Friday afternoon, and that's when I'll close out the class too here. So so you need to have your orders in by Friday afternoon with that host code. Put that back up there. And the host code will let me know that you're interested in these kits. Otherwise, any $50 order is everyone is going to get a free a new embellishment from the catalog. So I hope that you get inspired and just get some takeaways. So thank you for tagging Peggy. That's great. Okay, so oh Nancy, you are so sweet. So thank you. So, all right, so I know you can't share it from here, but if you tag somebody, then let them in, and I would if they're not already in the group, I'll let them in, easy peasy, no problem. So if you have any questions, you can comment below on whatever it is that you're questioning, and like I said, I'll have posts running, every couple of hours from now until the end of Friday, the end of day, and it should give you a pretty good idea of the beautiful products that are in there. So I think that's it for now. I will be in touch. I'll be constantly on and off checking in. So just let me know what you think and play along. And the more engagement, I will have a prize patrol at the end on the weekend, and we'll make sure that we give some free stuff away from the new catalog. All right, ladies, thank you so much again, and I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy the kickoff, enjoy the launch, and enjoy the products because they're all really beautiful, and I'm just happy to be able to share it with you. All right, so I will talk to you soon. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day. Bye bye.